It's the weekend, everybody, and guess what? It's Minnesota fishing opener. It's also Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. But up here in Walker, Minnesota, the last few years I've seen that this place is a very popular destination for opener, and for good reason. This lake, Leech Lake, is absolutely full of walleyes. All right, so one thing to keep in mind, I'm going to try to make this so it's very efficient for you this weekend, so you can get out there, keep things simple, and go out there and put some walleyes in the boat. I'm going to share some things that I've learned over the last few years, not only fishing here at Leech Lake, but fishing around the country, and showing you some things that's going to help you going forward. And one thing that I've learned, no matter if it's the Great Lakes, no matter if it's Leech Lake, fish like the warmest temperatured water in the system, right? It doesn't matter if it's just a quarter degree higher, those fish are going to be following those warm pockets of water around, because that's where their metabolism's higher, they're recovering from the spawn. And the water temps right now, with the nice weather we've been having, is going to be in the 50s probably, and those fish are really going to be hungry. Okay, so the place that I like to look for on Leech Lake that has the little slightly higher temperature than the rest of the lake are on sand flats this time of year. The sand at the bottom of the lake really soaks up that sun, and it's going to be a fraction of a degree higher down there, and a lot of those fish like to sit there and wait to ambush bait, because fish like that warmer water again. So the Grandview Flats area is a really good starting point for me to when I'm going out there looking for fish. I'm going around scanning those sand flats, looking for these pods of fish, and Leech Lake is absolutely full of walleyes. Don't anybody tell you different, okay? It's full of walleyes. And so the bait of choice this time of year for me, when I'm searching those flats in 6 feet out to 10 feet of water, you know, I'm using obviously my Northland tungsten jig, all right? And I'm pairing the Northland tungsten with a plastic or live bait. And this time of year, the forage of choice are spot tail shiners, but I found these Northland eye candy plastics in smelt color, right? They closely resemble a spot tail shiner and are very effective this time of year. So the other thing that's unique about Walker, Minnesota is not just Leech Lake, it's reeds. Reeds outdoors, right there on the main drag in Walker. Go in there, they have literally everything that I use, they have in there, okay? From the Northland jigs, eye candy plastics. You're gonna need a good rod and reel, okay? This is the Daiwa TDI. They were released last year, super hard to find, but guess what? Reeds has them in stock. Also, get a good Daiwa reel if you don't have one already. They got a few different good options there, like the Fuego, the Kage reel. Just ask the guys there. Ask them what I use, ask them what I prefer. They will help you hook you up with what I use and what I prefer out there on the lake. So the second thing that I like to look for on Leech Lake are the younger of the year weeds. And again, that same area, Grandview Flats, has younger of the year weeds that are coming up a foot and a half from the bottom. And the reason the walleyes like to congregate there is they're oxygen rich. So when the ice comes off the lake, you know, that the oxygen level in the lake is diminished over the winter, but then these weeds are really generating and outputting a lot of oxygen. So these walleyes are just hanging out there and recovering. And trust me, you find these younger of the year weeds adjacent to these sand flats, you're gonna find a ton of walleyes, all right? And target them the same way, these jigs. Some people will put a slip bobber on under the jig or over the jig. But yeah, those are my recommendations. Stop into reeds, don't forget your life jackets, things like that. And hopefully see you out there on the water. Be safe.